and west of the Rift to meet you and look at the report together. Then they can inform the House. Question 084 of 2025, Daniel Carrido, Igembe Central.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. Mr. Speaker, I rise to ask this question. Could the Cabinet Secretary clarify the actual quantity of Miraa exported daily from Kenya to Somalia, given that the Agricultural and Food Authority, AFA, reports an average of 15 tons per day, while the Nyambene Miraa Trade Association, a duly registered and the most active association of Miraa farmers and traders, report exports of over 40 tons daily. Second, explain why official data on Miraa exports to Somalia remains inconsistent and unreliable despite the continuous export since July 2022, and how this has affected trade negotiations and policy decisions between the two countries. 3, state the measures being undertaken by the ministry to ensure accurate reporting of Miraa export data, safeguard government revenue, and promote equitable support for the Miraa sector in terms of research, marketing, infrastructure, and budgetary allocation. Thank you, Mr. Speaker.
Thank you very much, Mr. Speaker.
That should be shorter than the previous one.
It is indeed very short, Mr. Speaker. The question, I just need to scroll down, Mr. Speaker, because it was a question that was, there was a question before then, and I need to, yes, Mr. Speaker. Mr. Speaker, let me just open by very quick remarks to say and to inform the House that cat, popularly known as Miraa in Kenya, is a major cash crop for Kenya and consumed and used for trade for decades. There are about 110,000 farmers growing cat in about 360,000 acres, benefiting over 1.4 million people who are engaged directly or indirectly in that farming. And Mr. Speaker, the annual production is estimated at about 32,000 metric tons, valued at about 13 billion, based on the prevailing market price of about 400 shillings per kilogram. About 80% or 90% is consumed locally, and the rest is exported to different destinations. Somalia is the main export market and consumes over 95% of the total export volume. Mr. Speaker, on the honorable member's question, the average quantities of Miraa exported to Somalia daily, as captured in the AFA Integrated Management Information System, ranges between 13 to 17 tons. That is 13,000 kilograms to 17,000 kilograms, and have annexed it in my report as Annex 1. The volumes exported varies from time to time, since it depends on the orders granted to the exporters by their importers in Somalia. Somalia is the main export market for Kenya Miraa, following its ban in European Union and Netherlands in 2021 and 2011 and 2012. Since the opening of the Somali market for Kenyan Miraa in July 2022, the country has exported a total of 17 million kilograms by October 2025 of fresh Miraa. Mr. Speaker, there is a duplicity in the question, so I'll read the next one, which will answer the first one. In response to the second question, why the official data in Miraa exports to Somalia remains inconsistent, the quantities of Miraa exported at any particular time or any particular moment by exporters is dependent on market requirements, orders placed by the market, space available on the cargo airlines, and produce availability, among others. The ministry, through AFA and other partner government agencies, facilitate trade by issuing required clearance documentation based on the volumes and cleared by Miraa exporters. Export data obtained from AFA, Kentrade, is consistent since all the three agencies have their system integrated. The final volume that is airlifted is indicated in their air manifest that remains with the Kenya Civil Aviation Authority. The export and clearances process from farm to aircraft loading is shown in Annex 2. The main entry point for Miraa, ferried by air from Kenya to Somalia, is Mogadishu International Airport, from where distribution to other towns and markets commences. Currently, there is no Miraa export to Somalia from Kenya by road or sea that has been recorded since the year 2022. So there are some planned interventions in response to what the honorable member has asked. One is that the government will continue to engage the government of Somalia with a view of additional landing rights outside of Mogadishu. Discussions are also underway between my ministry and Interior, together with other stakeholders, to explore possibilities of export by road. The government agencies, that is AFA and KAA, together with the Miraa traders, are working on initiating and facilitating Miraa cargo flights from Isiolo to Manda Islands, from where traders can serve the external market by boat. So in terms of the third aspect of the question, the measures being taken by the ministry to ensure accurate reporting, because I think this ties up with the first question that the honorable member had asked for. The ministry, through AFA, has automated all its licensing and export clearance processes and instituted system integration with the government single window system, trade facilitation platform, and the Kenya Revenue Authority Integrated Customs Management System, ICMS. This has aided in removing the human intervention in data capture and verification. I repeat that, Mr. Speaker, the human intervention in data capture and verification. The following additional measures must be implemented to ensure that data is synchronized and possible loopholes are sealed. First, Mr. Speaker, a set of all airway bills and flight manifests to be availed to AFA and Customs KRA for export data reconciliation. Second, Mr. Speaker, all Miraa shipments for exports will be inspected by CAFIs so that they too conform to good sanitary and phytosanitary standards before leaving the country and the data captured thereof. Number three, Mr. Speaker, there shall be crop inspectors from AFA to verify during the packaging and weighing in for export at the airport. Number four, Mr. Speaker, all Miraa export data must be reported by the airline, which has not been the case, Mr. Speaker, to KAA every month, just like all other goods that are exported out of our airports. So in terms of the measures being undertaken by the ministry to support also the Miraa sector in terms of research, marketing, and infrastructure, since the scheduling of Miraa as a crop in 2016, the ministry has continued to mainstream Miraa as a commercial agricultural enterprise in Kenya, and in particular in Miraa growing regions of Meru, Embu, Tharaka Nithi. The ministry has supported Miraa/MUGUKA value chain with infrastructure in Meru, Tharaka Nithi, Embu counties as part of the implementation of the Miraa Task Force report. In Meru, for example, 9 boreholes, i.e. 2 in Igembe South, 3 in Igembe Central, 1 in Buri, 2 in Igembe North, 1 in Tigania East, were constructed. 4 small market sheds, 2 in Igembe South, 1 in Igembe Central, and 1 in Igembe North, and 3 market sheds in Igembe Central, in Igembe North, and in Igembe South were indeed done and supported. In Embu, 2 boreholes were constructed, 1 in Bere North, 1 in Bere South, and 5 earth dams, 2 in Bere North and 3 in Bere South, and 6 small market sheds were constructed. In Tharaka Nithi County, earth dams and 2 boreholes were constructed in Tharaka Nithi sub-county. These infrastructures are to address the main challenges of irrigation water to boost production and productivity, and markets to ensure food safety standards are met for local and international markets. The ministry further injected seed capital to to the tune of 220 million to Miraa farmers cooperative societies in Meru and Embu counties. The ministry established the Miraa Research Institute under the Kenya Agricultural Livestock Research Organization, Act Cap 319, via Gazette Notice number 9365 of 17th of August 2021 to champion research in Miraa value chain. Currently, the institute is housed in Ruiru Coffee Research Institute. The ministry has further spearheaded market access initiatives locally and internationally, for instance, in Israel, Mozambique, Ethiopia, the DRC, and Djibouti. On the issue of budget allocation for development of Miraa sector, the Crops Miraa Regulations 2023 came into force in April 2023, and levies and fees were effected in 2023-2024 financial year. The authority has since collected a total of some 67 million shillings in fees and levies. That is Annex 3 of my report. The revenues collected are utilized in the development and promotion of the Miraa subsector through capacity building, supporting market access, and product development. Notably, part of the revenue generated was utilized in the trade missions in Djibouti, which culminated in the opening of the Djibouti market. Additionally, AFA supports Miraa activities, not only with revenues generated from the crop, but also from revenues generated from other scheduled crops. The government is committed to ensuring that Miraa value chains receives the optimum support and attention required to enhance its production and productivity, as well as market access. Mr. Speaker, I submit.
Carrido.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. Mr. Speaker, the questions are not been adequately answered. First and foremost, I want to make it clear to Mr. Waziri that on the issue of the tons that are supplied, they are saying it's 15. Mr. Speaker, we bring more than 50 pickups every day. Every pickup carries more than around 1 ton. And I think the minister needs to have some clarification and report well done, because I think the information he has are not true. 40 pickups, we should be talking about 40 tons, not 13 tons. And we are denying the government revenue, because whoever is taking whatever is top of 15 is not known. Secondly, I want to make it clear to the minister that the research institute, which was started in Meru, not pick up, is not completed, and there is nothing going on. So there is no research which is complete. Thirdly, the minister said that we have a market in Djibouti, which is not true. We don't have any market. There is no Miraa going to Djibouti from Kenya. All Miraa that goes to Djibouti is from Ethiopia. So we have been denied an opportunity to supply Miraa in Djibouti, and the report says that we are supplying Miraa in Djibouti. And the government revenue was used to establish that market, which is non-existent. So, Mr. Speaker, the report is not clear, and I think the minister should go back and clear these facts and bring a good report and truth about all these issues concerning the Miraa industry. Thank you, Mr. Speaker.
Farah Maalim, you note that.
Mr. Speaker, I want to draw the attention of the minister to what the National Authority for the Campaign Against Drug Abuse, NACADA, has classified Miraa. The study classifies Miraa MUGUKA as a drug containing the psychoactive substance CATHINONE and CATHININE, which stimulate the central nervous system. When chewed, it has a euphoric effect. Is the minister aware that this drug is banned in the entire Western world and every other country, including the countries that are our neighbors, Tanzania, and even in Uganda? And if you're found with it in Tanzania, you spend years and years in jail. Why does the government allow a drug to destroy our people and destroy even some of our neighbors? Why can't we have an alternative to Miraa and use those lands and farms for purposes of coffee and tea and other crops that are a benefit to this country and that do not destroy our people.
Mr. Speaker, I want to make it very clear to the Member of Parliament that Miraa being identified by the NACADA as a drug. It's not only Miraa. Even coffee, even beer, they have been identified by NACADA as drugs. And I think Kenyan breweries is running openly, BAT is running openly. So it's not only Miraa industry that has substances that has drug effects. In addition to that, Mr. Speaker, the CATHINONE and CATHINE, which is in Miraa, is of less effect to human beings than whatever is in tobacco.
The minister question,
so I want them just to do clarification to the minister, to the Member of Parliament.
yes.
That to the Member of Parliament that the effect of Miraa on human beings are less than those of coffee, tea, and cigarettes. So the Miraa is safe, and I think even my friend here, Farah, has been using Miraa for very many years. Mr. Speaker, you know Farah is the honourable member is preaching water.
Mr.